Today I'm going to be doing a 1 year review of daily driving the Porsche Cayman. I'm going to be going over all the things I've done to it and anything I've had to replace on it and what's it like just driving one of these every day. Alright, so starting off, owning this car for a year, it's been awesome. I love driving it every day. I try to drive it, every chance I get. Rain, sunshine, all that good stuff. But I'm just gonna go over a couple things. Having the car for a year, I use it for everything. So if I have to go buy something at a store, I'll go grocery shopping or go to Home Depot to pick something up for the house or whatever. I fit it in this car or in the front or however I can get it. There's a lot of room in this car. I think it's a perfect daily driver. On gas, it's decent on gas. Not really anything spectacular. I'm not really sure what I get per gallon, but I fill up maybe every week to every week and a half, depending on how much I drive it. Super reliable. I'm actually gonna be doing spark plugs and coil packs soon. Not because it needs it or anything, but it has 60,000 miles now, or 61,000 miles. I bought it when it was about 50,000 miles, so I put 10 or 11,000 miles on it, and it hasn't really needed anything. I did an oil change on it. The car itself is great. The interior, I feel like it's kind of cheap. When I first got the car, the headliner was falling down. Maybe a month after owning it, I think. And the door panels are all messed up. They start warping. It's actually a common problem with both things. So it's besides that, it's great. I had to get the cluster replaced. The key fob battery died. Not really died, but the car told me that the key fob battery needed to be replaced. I got a new ignition because I actually broke it. I don't know how it broke, but my door speaker, I like to play my music really loud all the time, and my Bose subwoofer in my driver door blew out, but I have a new one. The car's gonna need pads and rotors soon because it squeaks all the time. That's fine. I checked the pads. The pads look fine. The rotors, you have a small little lip on them. But back to daily driving it and owned it for a year. I don't really have any complaints. This is the best car I've ever owned. I've only owned E36s. Those cars are really old. I had E46, and that car was great too. But besides that, this car is amazing. I recommend everyone get one. When I bought this car, it was listed for $41,000. I think after everything out the door, it was a little less than 50 grand because I got the extended warranty to 100,000 miles and all that good stuff. But now the prices of these things are crazy. This car is still worth, I think it's worth $42,000 now. And I put 11,000 miles on it, and it's worth $1,000 to $2,000 more than when I bought it. So that's crazy. I guess because there's no more new cars. There is new cars, but they're not building as much. I'm not really sure what it is, the new car shortage or whatever. So used cars, their prices are increasing. So I got to drive this car for a whole year, and I didn't lose any money on the value of it, which is awesome. So I guess that's a plus. I'm not really sure if that's across the board with every car, but this car on Kelly Blue Book is worth more than what I bought it for. If you don't really take tax and the warranty into consideration. Also, I put H&R suspension on this car.
Oh hell, I don't know what I'm doing.
Which I'm gonna be doing a review on the H&R suspension. But I'll just say on here, it's great, and for how much it costs, it feels OEM. Like, it feels like the car is just lower than stock. It doesn't feel, much more stiff. It doesn't feel bumpy or no vibrations or clunking or anything like that. It feels great. It handles. I feel like it handles the same. I mean, these cars, they handle great, anyways. But with the sport suspension or the H&R suspension, it feels slightly better. But it's just a great car. I mean, great handling car, anyways. There's not really much you could do, I don't think, to make it feel like anything crazy. So driving with that suspension on it, it's great. I would recommend it. It's not crazy low. I don't scrape on speed bumps, so that's great. But like with the GT4 front bumper, it's very close. Like, and I look in the reflection, like when I go over speed bumps in this little shopping center, I can see that's super close. But yeah, this car is awesome. I love it. Honestly, I wouldn't know if I didn't get this car. I don't know what other car I would have gotten. It's like, I know there's like many faster cars I could have got, or cooler looking cars. I think this car is like well rounded. I think it looks the best in my opinion. It handles amazing, and it's pretty fast for what it is. I don't complain about like the power. I mean, of course, everybody wants a fast car or a faster car, or anything could be faster, but I don't really look at it like that. I just look at it as the car, as one thing, or the car overall. Like, I used to drive E36s with like 150 horsepower, and I had so much fun in those cars. And it felt like I was going fast, and it sounded like I was going fast, but I wasn't really. So like jumping in this thing, you kind of just appreciate like all that. So this is like more than what I would even want in a car, to be honest. Like, I probably could have bought a base model and still been like really happy. But then I don't know if I would have been like, maybe I should have got the S model, just for that extra horsepower and the Brembo or the red. I don't even know if they're even bigger. The brake calipers and the rotors, I don't know if they're a different size than like the stock base models. They look like they're a little bigger. I'm not really sure. But better brakes, faster engine. But yeah, I mean, I think this car is great. I know I keep repeating myself. I'm not really sure. I'm just saying this off of my head of how I feel about the car. It gets me a lot of attention. A lot of people think that it's like a Carrera or something. I mean, I guess because it has like the shape. If you don't know, then you don't know. Well, and then everyone always asks me, "Oh, is this a turbo car?" Just like, no. And then they'd be like, "Oh, you should have got a turbo car." Or I'm like, that's like way more money, and I don't really care to go that much faster. And they didn't make these turbos in this year. I think they started making them turbo in like 2018, but they're also 4-cylinder, so I don't know. This is like the last of the flat six. I think the 718 they came out with a 4-liter GTS model, which looks really cool. I think that if I were to ever get rid of this car, I would just get a 718 GTS. But yeah, like a lot of people, they're like, "Oh, you got automatic," but they're like, you should get sports cars in manual or whatever the hell. But this is like the best transmission I've ever driven. Like, I've had manual cars. I had many manual cars, and I don't miss like shifting gears, to be honest with you. Like the PDK transmission, it shifts super fast. It's like really smooth. Like, you can't even tell when the car shifts. Like, no matter how aggressive you're driving, it just shifts so fast and you don't really feel anything. So that's great. I could still, you know, use my paddle shifters or use the gear shifter to downshift and upshift, but the car does it faster than you can anyway, so it doesn't even matter. It knows when it should shift and when it should downshift and all that good stuff. Also, the car sounds really good. Like, all you gotta do is put it in sport mode and it has all the crackle pops, and it's like, it's loud enough for like a daily driver. I don't know what else to say. It's just a great car. I love it. It looks great. It handles great. I don't have any problems with it. I would recommend, if you can, to get it with a warranty, because my cluster on my car was like being really weird. I know I talked about this before. If I have a video of it, I'll put it in the video. This thing is crazy. Video. But it was like going really crazy, and that part, I think it was like $5,000 to get it replaced. But I only had to, I only had to pay $500 because I had it under warranty. The door panels, I think they're like $1,400 a piece, and it's really common for them to go bad. So, that's just like $2,800 for both door panels, like almost $3,000 for something that shouldn't even happen, you know. And then the headliner, I think it's like $800 or something like that. I'm not really sure, I can't remember. But those are things that, like, you're buying a Porsche, you expect, like, you know, great quality, and then they just fail. So also, I've driven it to H2O. I've driven it like far away from my house, like from Virginia, like still in Virginia, but like maybe like 2 hours away, 3 hours away, just like back and forth. I drive it every weekend. I beat on it all the time. Like, I'm flooring it at least like 3 times a day. Of course I let the car, you know, warm up and all that good stuff, but I'm always beating on it. Nothing's wrong with it. It just takes it. I drive really aggressive, and just no problem at all. Whatever I throw at it, it just takes it, and then I can have fun all day and just drive home, and won't have to worry about breaking down or the car not running right or anything like that. I mean, even if it did, it has warranty on it, so you know, it doesn't really matter. But it's just awesome. Property tax is like kind of expensive on this. I mean, I don't know like how other brand new cars, like how much they are, but from like having like a car from the 90s, it's a lot more money. So, but yeah, the only thing that I wish I had was the sports chrono package. They have like launch mode. They have like the cool paddle shifters and steering wheel. Supposedly like the transmission shifts faster. I'm not really sure, but there's a tune you can buy, and then you can get all the good stuff. Besides like the cool clock on the dash, and then the sports steering wheel. But this car actually does have launch control. Some people don't know how to use it. You just put it in sport mode, I like to turn traction control off, and you put your foot on the brake, and then you stomp the gas all the way down until it clicks, and you have like a second or two, I think like 2 seconds, to let off, and it'll launch it for you. But if you hold it longer than that, then it's just gonna stop the launch control. So I know some people complain like these cars are kind of slow off of like the launch. That's because you're not, you don't know how to launch it. So that's a cool thing. I kind of figured it out on my own. I'm not really sure if anybody else has tried it. What else? I'm gonna go over a couple of things that I've done to the car. I'll show you once I get to a nice spot where I can park. Alright, so first things first, I have the GT4 front bumper. I got this off of ECS Tuning, and it was like $2,000, and then not counting shipping. Then I got it painted, of course. I put it on myself. I have that in the in my videos if you want to go check it out. I got the headlights tinted, just like a light smoke. Then I have the LED turn signals. Got these off Suncoast. I think they were $120, but like they're like $140 after like tax and like shipping and stuff. I got the H&R sport suspension. So I think I lowered it an inch. It's kind of like on uneven ground right now. It's like it sits a little lower than that, but back you can kind of tell. But yeah, so then I have that. I got those from this guy on a Porsche page, a Cayman, or not, a 981 like group page. He's like a rep for like H&R, and I got those for a really good deal. I got them for under $300. You can't really tell. There you go, you can kind of see them. So I got this for under $300. I have spacers. I have 7mm in the front and 10 in the rear. I got them before I lowered the car, so it doesn't sit as flush anymore. Especially since I got my alignment. It has like a lot more camber in the rear. So, I mean, I'm not gonna keep these stock wheels much longer, so I'm just gonna wait instead of buying, new spacers. But as we come to the back, you see I have the GTS taillights. I got those off Suncoast parts as well. I can't remember how much they were, but they're pretty pricey. I have the GT4 style duck spoiler. That was $500. Smoked out the reverse light and rear fog light. I had the GT4 rear diffuser. And yep, GT4 rear diffuser. And what else do I have? I think that's it. But yeah, so also I had the side intakes, the GT4 style ones, but one of them flew off. I'm gonna have to buy another one. I still have the other side, but I installed them how they say to install them with the 3M tape, but that's just not enough, to be honest. I would say like self-tappers from the inside of the side skirt maybe. I'm not really sure, but definitely not just 3M tape alone. Yep, so the car looks, I think it looks really good. I want to get the wheels painted before I buy new ones. I have paint for it. I think I'm going to do it myself. But CarMax they touched up the wheels when I first bought the car, like before I even bought it. They touched them up, and they're flaking and they look really shitty now. So I'm just gonna redo them. When I buy new wheels, I think I'm gonna get polished or like a cool, crazy color. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do yet. Yeah, so this is the car. I've had it for a year. It looks totally different. I'll throw in pictures of how it used to look when I first bought it. Or you guys can just go check out my old videos if you guys want to. But yeah, I think this car just looks amazing. It's like one of the best cars I've ever had. Best looking cars. And I love my E36s, and I think they're the best BMW ever. But this car is just amazing. Like, even when it's dirty, it looks amazing. It's dirty right now. It just rained. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Car has, I can't see it, but it has 100, not 100, what am I talking about? It has 61,000 miles now. When I bought it, it had like 50,000 miles. So I did put 11,000 miles in 1 year. But yeah, so thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions, just put it down below, or comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you have my Instagram, you can add me on there or message me on there, whatever you want. But that's gonna be it for this video.